Now, this tip is incredibly important for split testing, and I've learned it the hard way. And this tip alone is going to save you more than you've paid for access to this course. Now that you know this tip, you are not going to waste money on split testing ad creative incorrectly, which is incredibly important. When you split test in ad creative, so the copy, use of emojis, image, percentage versus numerical amount, carousel versus single image versus slideshow versus info video, whatever creative you are testing, do not create multiple different creatives under one single ad set. I know some people do this and I think it's completely wrong, and I know other people that agree with me, and I can explain why in this slideshow. But basically, what I want you to do is make sure that you do not, when you are split testing ad creative, it's very, very tempting to create one ad set to run at £10 a day, and within that ad set you have two different ad creatives. It's tempting to do that because you think you're saving a bit of time by just creating one ad set instead of two ad sets, each ad set having one creative, which is what you should be doing. Because if you create one ad set with one budget and within that ad set you have two different creatives, as this second bullet point says, your Facebook budget will not be spent equally between the creatives. Just because you have one ad set running at £10 a day or £5 a day, and within that ad set you have two ad creatives, does not mean that that budget will be spent 50-50 between the two ad creatives. What I mean to say is it will likely spend £9 on one ad creative and £1 of the budget on the other. That's a 90-10 inequality. That's a huge imbalance. You don't get equal amounts of budget spent on each ad set, and therefore you don't get equal amounts of data to compare. Therefore you've tested them unequally. So your data is skewed and potentially inaccurate. And therefore what you believe to be the winning ad creative may not actually be the real winning ad creative. It's just the winning ad creative because it's had more money spent on it. What you need to make sure you do is you have equal amounts spent on each of your split tests. So for creatives, to avoid the above issue, ensure that each split tested ad creative is active in its own ad set. In simpler terms, make sure that every ad set only has one ad creative running inside it. Don't create multiple ad creatives, just create one ad creative for each ad set, no more. And remember to keep the ad set settings exactly the same across your ad creative split tests. There's no point trying to figure out whether an image or a video works best for you if you have an image running under one ad set and a video running under the other, and you're trying to compare the results of these two, but the ad set settings are completely different. That might be what affects your results more so than an image versus video. So make sure that your ad set settings are completely the same. And vice versa. When you are split testing ad sets, make sure that the ad creative you use is exactly the same. So this tip in itself is far more valuable than the actual price I've put on this course, and this is going to save you a lot of money